What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Judas Priest, and more from their live Unleashed in the East, live in Japan, 1979 release. And yeah, shout out to Cindy once again, and we're going to listen to Genocide. It's a simple, if very unpleasant and sordid concept. You know, I don't know whether this will reference specific historical examples, of which there are far, far too many, spanning back into the earliest recorded history on up through the 21st century. So unfortunately there's a lot to work with, but it could be more about a metaphorical or analogical usage, the idea of, you know, laying waste to people in an emotional sense or an interpersonal way, but not necessarily in a literally terminal violent way. I suspect maybe it might be more literal, but ultimately I just haven't heard enough of their music to get a sense of their lyrics. Now, to be fair, I've heard a little bit, and I have heard, you know, songs that take a wicked bent on certain concepts, like The Ripper, I think, was a great example, one where you're seeing that story through the eyes of the hunter, not the hunted, or the, you know, neutral observers. So I don't quite know what to expect, but obviously it's a heavy concept. Then again, this is heavy metal, so let's listen. This is Judas Priest, Genocide, from the 1979 performance or release, Unleashed in the East, live in Japan.
Genocide!
Not a bad solo section. His vocal agility in that part is crazy. Didn't see that coming. That's insane. Now, I didn't catch enough of the lyrics to know exactly what we're talking about. It did sound like there were a couple lines about large scale, interaction between humans, but then there was another line about like she is doing this, and like I'm not sure. Obviously, she could be metaphorical. It could be death or something. Like it could be not like a person per se, but there were parts that like I thought I caught that sounded more personal. So not sure what's happening lyrically, but insane. Like guitar is just in full badass mode. Some cool solos. His vocals, I enjoyed them throughout, and I've heard him go into the stratosphere before, so that's not surprising to me at this point, although it's still just insane. But there was a part where he really hit those lines in a rapid fire, kind of staccato and very agile way, and I enjoyed that part of his delivery in particular. So yeah, cool tune, a longer one again. It was like 6-7 minutes something. I enjoy the grandeur of that. I mentioned before, one of the things I enjoy about some Iron Maiden tunes is the way they go through different sections, and they just, every time you think it's maybe going to end, it goes into this even crazier section, and then it finally ends after, like 8 or 9 minutes. The last couple have felt very much in that vein, so yeah, enjoying this. Again, there was that part near the end where it went from, the rocking badass rhythm into a more like syncopated, slower rhythm, and I didn't expect that in the moment, so even as I come to know their sound, there's still twists and turns that I don't see coming. So yeah, once again, shout out to Cindy. I think we're more than halfway through the album now, but still a few songs to go, certainly. So in any case, let me know what you think of this one. I will see you next time. Peace.